In this video, I'm going to talk about inverse sine, cosine, and tangent using Excel. So the scenario that we are working on right now is you have two known sides of a right triangle. If you're not familiar with the name of the right triangle, opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse, then watch one of the previous videos that I uploaded. So the situation we have right now is you don't know the angle of a right triangle, but you know two sides, at least two sides of that triangle. So in this case, although we can still use sine, cosine, tangent, the easier way is to use inverse sine, inverse cosine, inverse tangent, also known as arcsine, arccosine, arctangent. Okay, so we can still use the so, ka, toa for this. So the inverse sine is the ratio between opposite and hypotenuse, and the inverse cosine is the ratio between adjacent and hypotenuse, and the inverse tangent is the toe out, so the ratio between the opposite and adjacent. An example question is if you know the hypotenuse, as the hypotenuse is 2 meter and adjacent is 0.8 meters, then what is the theta? We just have to pick the right formula that contains both adjacent and hypotenuse, which is this one. So we're going to use arc and cosine tangent equal adjacent over hypotenuse, therefore 0.8 over 2, which will give you the answer. So this is the value we're going to put in the Excel. Let's move on to another example before actually working with Excel. The known is opposite, which is 50 meters, and then adjacent, which is 70 meters. And then we're going to find the function that has both opposite and adjacent, which is arctan. So that's the input we're going to enter in Excel sheet. All right, so let's work on it. So one of the most important things when we use trig functions in an Excel is the output of these arcsine, arccosine, arctangent will be radians. Therefore, if you want to convert it back to degree, after you obtain the output of this formula you enter, you have to convert it back to degree. So in this case, we're going to use arc cosine, right? So the name of the function for arc cosine is a cos. Then all you have to do is enter the value we just did, and this is the answer in radians. Therefore, we have to convert it back to degree. So the function to convert radians from radians to degree is degrees. So the answer is 66.42 degrees. In the second question, what we want to enter is arctangent equal 50 over 70. The Excel function for arctan is a tan. So 50 over 70. 50 over 70. Again, this value will be in radians. Therefore, you might want to convert it to degree, which will be the answer, 35.54. Use the four functions you need to know and use in Excel for this one is arcsine, which is a sine, and arccosine, which is a cos, and arctangent, which is a tan, and converting back and forth between radians and degrees would be degrees, which is to convert 2 degrees from radians.